Hey guys, what's going on? So this video is a follow-up to the last video I did on the 15 days of No Fap. I wanted to do this video today because I've run into some interesting side effects, I guess you could say, of No Fap. Now, I went for 11 days, today's the 11th, and unfortunately I had a relapse today. I was doing something I shouldn't have been doing, even though that I didn't release myself, my body just did it, and that was the end of that. I felt pretty bad about that. I mean, I did feel a relief, but I do regret it and I feel bad that that happened, and it really has taught me a few things. And really the mind over matter and the self-discipline is about getting over your addictions and getting over the constant consumption of sexual imagery and sexual thoughts. And you know, it really, you don't want to get into replacing one addiction with another. Because you're not fapping, the urges, usually when I'm bored or at nighttime, when there's nothing happening, when I'm not busy and not focused on something, the urges are a lot stronger. And I end up being tempted by that, and it's all about redirecting your thoughts and redirecting that energy. You can burn off that tension, that sexual energy at the gym. Like, you literally can get rid of that energy at the gym. And that's something that I should have done, even though I went to the gym. I just got back, actually. It is what it is. It happened. I feel bad about it. And I'm hoping that I can, for my third round, because this is my second round, is that I can have a better strategy to go forward. Now, one thing I will say is that my confidence has not really dissipated, and I did have one day that I felt very anxious. And actually, when you're doing things that naturally make you nervous, you're just going to be nervous. Like, you can't, having anxiety is a natural human emotion, and it's a warning system. You know, it's getting your body ready for a stressful event. And you can't eliminate that. I mean, sometimes I felt like I wanted to do that. I wanted to live a stress-free or an anxiety-free life, and that's almost impossible. But it can reduce the anxiety. And I had that experience before I had a job interview, which I was nervous for, but not on the level of that I have been in the past. So in the past, I've gone into interviews just a complete mess, just very intense. One of the times that I had probably the less anxiety during an interview. And so it reduces the anxiety. It doesn't eliminate it entirely, but it just depends on what you're comfortable with. But when you're on No Fap, it allows your body to fill in those areas that have been missing all this time. Your life force can start attending to different areas of your body to fill that in. And like I said in my last video, and this just applies overall, No Fap is a piece of a puzzle, okay? In life, in general, you need to have various areas of your life working in good order in order to have benefits in life. You can get a little bit of benefit from just working out. You can get a little bit of benefit from eating healthy. You can maybe get a little bit of benefit from just No Fap. But it doesn't work entirely unless you put those all together. I would probably guess that probably 95% of people will fail No Fap because they're not attending other areas of their life. So we're talking going to the gym regularly, keeping fit, eating healthy, not eating junk food, not drinking pop, not drinking alcohol, you know, maybe once in a while, spoiling yourself. And I do that. I eat mostly whole foods, chicken, salmon. I make my own bean burritos. I eat bean products. I eat a lot of salads and veggies and fruit. And you have to treat your body with respect. You are what you eat, literally. If you eat shit, you're going to feel like shit. And it all is intertwined, and it's basically one cannot function without the other in symmetry, okay? So if you think you're going to do no fap and not take care of those other areas in your life, you're more than likely going to fail. And this even includes your mental health as well. And for somebody who has had a past of not having very good mental health and being mistreated by people, you have to work at this. And I have made a lot of positive changes addressing my spirituality and my positive mental health, bringing in and being supported by positive people. Once you start getting to know more positive people, you'll be more connections, you'll get to meet the people you want to be with, and it's just, that's how it works. That's how life works. One thing that I found is that balancing the urges is tough. I did have some sleep problems as well. That seemed to go away. But I found myself getting carried away with focusing on, because I did say that I wanted to make a commitment that I would only release with a woman. And I still want to do that. But the thing is that it depends on what kind of connection you want in life. And I believe that you can have all kinds of connections with people. And I don't think that having a sexual connection with somebody, just a sexual connection with somebody, is necessarily a bad thing. If you're abusing that and using it as an addiction, yes, that is bad. I don't think, though, personally, that if you both mutually agree with having a sexual relationship and you're both two positive people, I don't see too much of an issue with that, as long as you trust that person. But at the end of the day, you want to make deep connections. And in life, you'll meet different types of people that you have, that they're colleagues, or you'll know them a little bit, or you know them very well, and very personally and intimate. And I think that it's healthy to have all ranges of different types of relationships with people. At the end of the day, I want to have a long-term intimate relationship with a woman. And one thing that I have found is that, and I don't know whether because of No Fap and my vibration has changed, is that women seem to be more friendly to me. I seem to be attracting more women in to my life. And even though it's been online, like now I'm getting messages online, and honestly, I've been using online dating sites for years, like probably almost 6 years, and I've gotten almost nothing out of it. Suddenly, and I deleted my online dating profile ages ago, and then I decided to remake one. And I've had more contact from women in the first week or so that I've created my account than probably the entire 6 years that I used to have a dating profile online. So what does that tell you? Well, maybe it tells you that no fap and a positive lifestyle and changing your energy and vibration means that you're tapping into the universe and you're pulling in these positive people into your life and making and manifesting things in your life. And I honestly think that's true. I think that we have the free will to do that. I will say that personally I do believe in God, and I know that religion is flawed, but I also think that it's been misinterpreted and twisted in a lot of ways. I'm not going to talk too much about that, but I'll just say that I am spiritual and I do believe in God, and that is a part of my life. And I've met a lot of very spiritually enriched and positive people because of that. That's made such a huge impact in my life. It all comes down to what kind of people do you want in your life. It's a matter of balance. It's a matter of self-discipline, self-control, what you want out of life, who you want to attract in your life. And life is honestly a test. And we learn from our failures. And I think that in life, we have these different scenarios so we can learn from them. And failure is one of the best teachers you can have. So now that I'm going into my third round, is what can I take from the previous 2 rounds? Well, first of all, I'm learning that when I'm bored and have nothing to do, that's when the urges hit me. And this includes at nighttime too. There's been a lot of videos that people talk about meditation and redirecting your thoughts. This is so important to do. If you do not do this, it will be very difficult for you to maintain this lifestyle. This is not just a lifestyle on the go. It's not like going through a drive-through and grabbing some food. This is something you have to work at, and you have to work hard to do it, because you're going to be challenged with these urges. You're going to be challenged to go back and watch porn. You're going to be challenged to give in and quit this lifestyle, and it will hit you every day. And the more you change your habits and rewire your brain so that you're redirecting your thoughts. So when you have these thoughts, you're redirecting it to something more positive, and you're using that sexual energy for other means. So you're going to the gym. You can burn off that tension at the gym. You don't need to fab to get rid of that tension, because I know, because I've done it. Because I've gone to the gym, and previously and before that, having a lot of urges and a lot of tension there that I need to release. Went to the gym, had a powerful workout, and those tensions were gone. And I had worked that off. That stress that had built up, I had worked that off, that tension. So it is possible, and it's all about having a balance of things. So let's talk about the most important thing, and that is, what are you going to use No Fap for? Because this energy will make you feel more powerful. It will give you, literally, you will feel like you have superpowers, because you'll just feel so enriched with that life force. Do you use it to attract women for sex? Do you use it to attract a more deeper connection? What do you really want to use it for? Well, I think that you can use it for both, but maintaining a balance. And depending on how intelligent you are of how you're balancing things. Because you don't want to get to the point where, if you're in a situation like me, who has never really had a lot of luck with women and dates and finding love, much less having sex, you don't want to find yourself suddenly you become this chick magnet, and all these women are coming into your life, and you can't handle all that because you never had a woman, or you've had so much bad luck that it's surprising and stunning to you that these women are coming into your life, and you just want, you want to jump on because of that excitement that, hey, this is finally happening. But you don't want to get too wrapped up in it where you start destroying friendships and relationships because you're too greedy and you're focusing too much on lust. Because you're going to come to a point where you have all these women in your life. You're going to have, some women are going to fall by the wayside. Some women are going to become a stronger presence in your life, and you're going to have to decide what you want to do. Because you can potentially hurt yourself and other relationships if you take it for granted and you become very greedy and lustful. So guys, this is going to be round 3. We're going to see how it goes. I've definitely learned a lot from the last 2 rounds. I honestly feel that I'm on a good streak in life in general. I think that when you're battling an addiction and you're battling getting out of a rut, you're going to make mistakes and you're going to have some setbacks. And I believe that's what this is. And I think that it is important that we learn from that. So if you're going through the same thing, use it as a life lesson. Don't use it to easily give in to your addictions or just really bad habits. Because that is what the bad habit does to you, it wants you to take the easy way out. And that's where the spiritual and mindfulness comes in, is to be aware of that and to be strong enough to be able to overcome and to learn and step above when these challenges come up. Now, I just want to make a really quick note about attracting women. Most of the places that I go, whether it's cafes, at the gym, women are always checking me out. That's something that really never happened to me. And I'm coming from the perspective of a guy who was never really in the forefront for women. I was usually the guy that got forgot about or the guy that got pushed aside. And having women stare at you and check you out is a huge boost of confidence, makes you feel good, and it's something that I'm taking in stride because, you know, it is very exciting for that to happen. And I have women check me out at the gym, even older women, like probably in their 40s, checking me out. I was in a cafe recently and I had two girls staring at me while I was in there. And, you know, I mean, it doesn't happen all the time, and I don't want people to think that they're just going to be walking around 24/7 and having women just drooling at them, following them down the street. It just doesn't happen. You know, you're going to go into places and you're not going to get stared at and you're not going to get that attention, but I just want to say what I'm noticing. And like others have said, I'm noticing women notice me, right? Because I'm very aware of what's going on around me. I feel that I have some empathic abilities. I can sense people's emotions, their vibrations. I can sense vibrations from people and how they feel. And I can feel attraction. I can feel sexual energy from women. I can feel their attraction to me. This is something that's never happened really for me before. When you're approaching women to ask them out, and this is to approach anxiety and practicing getting to know people and to get over that anxiety of the initial conversation. It's so much easier when you know they like you, or you know that they're somewhat attracted to you. If they have a little bit of attraction to you, it's just that those are the women you should go for, because it's a lot easier than approaching a woman that hasn't been giving you any attention. And I'm just saying is that you are more likely to get a date from a woman who finds you attractive. As long as you're being confident, you're being cool and respectful, you're likely to get a date from her. That's something to try. So guys, I wanted to make this video to give you an update of what's going on. And I intend to keep making videos like this to record my journey, because it is a journey for the most part. I've seen so many changes. It's been up and down, but honestly, the positives have outweighed the negatives. I really hope to share more in the future. I want to wish everyone good luck who has adopted this lifestyle, and those that have been going through a lot of challenges. You will go through challenges. You will face urges. You will face sleep problems. You will face mood swings and emotional swings, and that is where the discipline comes in and the redirection of energy. And I've experienced a bit of that. I have experienced a bit of the mood swings, and especially if you're under stress. For me personally, there are a few things that irritate me on a daily basis, so I do have some stresses that follow me regularly, and sometimes they do build up. And it's all about burning that off and getting to the gym and making sure that you're not letting that overtake you, because one of the reasons why I relapsed is, first of all, I was frustrated and irritated leading up to the relapse, okay? On top of that was the urges, and then on top of that was frustration that I couldn't release. And it was a temporary thought, but it all built up, and that's what led to the release. It wasn't just, well, I looked at whatever and I got off. It was things built up for me to lead to that. So there are things that irritate me on a daily basis, and it's just a matter of controlling that and managing your emotions. So guys, let me know in the comments below how your journey is going. What day are you on? What are the issues you've come up against? And what do you think about my journey and what I've experienced? I would love to hear some feedback from people of what they think of my journey, and I'd like to hear comparisons of what they've been through. So guys, I've seen so many benefits from this lifestyle. Please give it a try, and don't be afraid to, but you need to put the work in. You need to make that effort. You need to take it seriously, otherwise it will not work. Post in the comments below if you like this video. Like, share, and subscribe, and make sure you check out some more of my videos. Keep it locked on the Andrew K channel.